at teritoryo, iba't ibang kultura at lengguwahe, nagkakaisa at nananatiling solido. Ito ang INC Radio.
Tayo na, sama-sama halina sa INC Radio International na. Ito, palagi konektado ka sa INC Radio na.
Ito ang INC Radio, sa mabanig ng mundo. Palagi konektado sa lahat ng mga tao. This is INC Radio. Anywhere in the world, though, we are always together, connected to everyone. Life will be better.
Tayo na, sama-sama halina sa INC Radio International na. Ito, palagi konektado ka sa INC Radio na.
This is INC Radio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Ecclesianicristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening. Welcome to INC Radio Hawaii-Pacific. Time check, it is currently 10:01 p.m. And you know what that means? Backwards, it is also 10:01 p.m. But happening at the same time is our show today, which is INC Radio Hawaii-Pacific. Welcome, welcome. Just in case you forgot my name from the last week, my name is Brother Joshua Galang. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Please do not forget me again. Maybe you might have forgot her.
I
most
forgot
likely.
who she was.
Yeah, I know. That's why I gotta say my own name because I forget sometimes. too.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Brother.
Soon we're gonna have our
What's
lower
your name
thirds.
again,
My name is Brother Joshua Galang. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Welcome to INC Radio Hawaii-Pacific. Next to me is my co-host, who hosted with me last week.
I
Isn't that right?
did. It's
You
been a
did.
while since we hosted 2 weeks in a row together.
Yeah, I know, right? How
Yeah.
was water flossing?
It was great.
Yeah, right?
It was great.
So cool.
C-shaped flossing.
C-shaped flossing. What shape is that, sister? The shape of a
In
C.
the shape of a C.
There you go. What do you go? I don't know. I don't know how to answer the question. Below the gum line, remember. Shout out Sister Orange. We need you back on for our
Yeah. 6-month checkup.
6-month checkup. I was gonna say half a year checkup. But anyway, sister, please introduce yourself. Who are you?
Great question, brother.
I know, right?
I am Sister Julian. Hello. Hello, everyone. If you have forgotten me, that's okay.
Wow.
My feelings aren't that hurt. But I'm Sister Julian. I'm from the locale of Waipahu, as is Brother Josh, I think.
I am.
I just met him today.
She assumed.
Yeah, I assumed.
Yeah.
He
But
looks
I
like
am.
he's from Waipahu.
Yeah, my power is the coolest. So
Mm.
that's only where the cool people are. Also yours. Also yours.
We'll get into that
Yeah,
in
that's
a
true.
bit.
Mhm.
But
You know what? Let's
Actually, we
get into
should
it
get
right
into
now.
that.
Let's get into it right now. Brother Handsome Man, who is here on our right, please tell us your name, where you're from, any duties that you have, and a fun fact about yourself.
Hi, good evening, good morning. My name is Exar Esperon from Local of Kaneohe, and I'm a SCAN president.
ooh,
Scan
not just
president.
scan.
Wow.
President.
Scan president.
Yes.
And president.
Hey. Cool.
Wow.
She's the Kadeo president.
No, I'm not.
That's
That's
future
him.
Kadeo president.
No.
Oh, well, current. Very cool. Scan president. How long have you been doing that? 2 years. 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 2 years.
7 years.
7 years,
7
as
years.
president.
Yes.
Wow. How long
How
as
long you been
scan?
Before that, um, no, I just appointed.
No, he
So-
joined.
Yeah,
just
joined-
since
automatically
Y
president.
Manalo,
Joined in.
since we had the Y Manalo lookout.
Okay.
Yes,
Waimanalo, and then after
then-
that,
become Kanioy.
Kaniohe,
Yeah.
scan president already.
Scan president.
Wow. How were you introduced as scan or scan president? You just said,
I
"Hey."
guess I just fall into the role
Yeah.
before the 50th, and
Is
then
your-
I guess because of military background, and
Mm.
they just appointed me to be one. And
Oh,
I was like, all right,
that
when
was
it's time
fun.
to lead, you lead, right?
Ooh, that was the
I like
calling.
that.
And he answered the call.
Mhm.
There you go.
Military background.
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about that yet.
No, not
Nope.
yet. This is
No.
I think.
I
this is
guess that's your fun fact.
there you go. He was in the
He
military.
was in the military.
What branch?
Army,
Army.
Army.
For
Yeah.
how long?
only 7 years.
Only.
Yeah.
You know, right, dude? I'm not doing that. See, that's how comfortable we are now.
Dude,
Yeah.
brother.
Brother, dude.
Brother, dude.
That's- um,
Oh, dude.
I know we were talking about this before too. Before we actually talk about your current career right now. So before that, you were in the military. Before that, what did you do? What was?
High school,
Oh,
delivering
you were in-
pizza part time, doing yard service on the weekend,
Wow.
oh.
and then military after high school.
Wow.
Wow.
So was side jobs in high school?
Yes,
Pretty
you gotta get some gas money and
You
yeah.
do.
McDonald's money, right?
Mm, McDonald's
you
money.
need the food money. That's what.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you do need that. I remember working in my junior year, in the pizza business as well,
Oh, really?
but not
Oh.
delivering.
Was
but I
it
was
the hut
actually-
or the John?
It was the hut.
It was the hut.
It was the hut.
I was in the
Wow.
John.
Oh, you were in the John?
John.
My competition.
Okay.
Well,
So-
if you tried both, you know which one's better.
I think the John didn't have a call center.
Yeah.
So we're here. So I think we know who is better.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
But cool. Now we know your background.
Mhm.
We're actually gonna discuss your. His fun fact was that he's in the military. right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have another fun fact?
Another one. Can't think of one.
I know.
How
right?
about you say yours first, Brother John?
Here we go. You know, I think that's another segment we can talk about another time.
A fun
Because
fact because
I
we don't
don't-
have a fun
I can
fact.
move my ears. You can't see it,
Oh.
but that's it.
I
remember
guess you gotta
doing that.
zoom the camera, brother.
Oh, you know what? Let's do that. I think it's fun to me because.
I think it's funny.
Oh wait. Okay. Ready? You see this? You see it?
No,
Wow.
I can do that too.
Can you?
Not right now.
Oh yeah. just take the hair from
Oh,
your ears.
you need your mom, sister, to move your ear.
I need my hand. Look, see? I can do it.
Yeah, that was the thing that I used to do when I was younger. And
Wow.
the people I was growing up with didn't know how to do it, so I felt very special.
Mm.
I was like, wow, look at me.
It's
pretty
a
cool.
skill,
Yeah,
talent right there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I have one.
There you go. Tell
I
us.
can whistle both ways.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool.
I
Okay,
can
sample.
whistle blowing out.
Okay.
Or sucking the air in.
Wow.
Very cool. Can you do that with exit?
Nope.
Can you whistle
Period.
normally?
Not really.
How about you?
I can only do the
can.
loud one,
Yeah.
but I cannot do it here.
Oh,
because
Oh,
we
you
have
can't do
a
that.
microphone. Yeah.
Oh.
I can't do that.
I cannot
Yeah.
do that either.
It's when
can't
you
roll
call
my
like
R's.
your
Really?
friend from like a mile away.
Ah, yeah.
That's interesting. You can't roll your R's.
I can't
Can you
roll
roll your
R's.
R's?
Can you roll your R's better?
Like, "Rrr."
No.
No, really.
I
It's just
can.
me.
Yeah.
Erwin. He can move his ears. He can move his ears.
ears.
Really cool. I can whistle the same as you, but
Mm.
not as anyway. That is our intro. Fun fact. We like talking about the fun facts because it's not only talking about your professionalism. You know,
Mhm.
want to get to know the brethren as a whole, and now we know
Yeah.
that he can't roll his R's.
Our little quirks.
Yeah, our little quirks.
Or
Uh,
non-quirks in this case.
that is true. That is true. Brother Chester's nickname is Too Handsome.
Oh.
Is that his name? I remember when he was on,
Wow.
he was Chess Star, right? Because he was the star of the show.
I see.
There you
Oh.
go. Huh? I remember that. That was a fun
I
time.
miss you, Brother Chester.
We miss you too.
We should get into reading some comments.
we should.
It is time check 10:08.
Ooh.
Let's read Brother Joseph's comment.
Okay. These are the usual people. Let's read.
Usual.
Let's read
Do you
new
have anybody
names.
from Kaneohe?
We
Ooh,
do.
anyone from Kane
We
Ohe?
had Ivan here.
We have Ivan. He is outside the door.
Yeah. Oh, we have from hmm, Wesley, Weasley,
Wesley.
Weasley.
Weasley.
Yep.
There you go. He says aloha brethren hashtag KAN or Kanyohe. We have the previous ministerial worker from there. He
Mhm.
says happy
Oh.
Friday for watching from Wailuku.
Brother
but he's-
Ryan.
Yeah, that's the one. Let's
Hi,
search.
Brother Ryan.
There you go.
Hi, Brother Ryan. Hi, Sister
How's the
CJ.
baby?
There you go. There you
How's
go.
the baby?
Wow, wow. Meet you guys. Let's see. Any more Kanyohe that wants to
There
come
isn't
down?
much.
Hey. They're gonna show
They're
up.
they are coming right now.
Yeah, they're
Remember, if you are watching this,
Hmm.
please comment down your
There you go.
local hashtag. If
Brother Frank.
Mhm.
All right, Brother Frank.
Brother Frank, hashtag Kanyohe. Hi, Brother Frank.
Brother Jordan, he's commenting down too.
Mhm,
Hashtag KEA, originally from Kaneohe.
Kanyohe.
So he's there.
So that counts.
Nathan Fox, he's misspelled Kaneohe. He put KUN. But he says, shout out po ka Exar. There you go. We have from Kamario Oka. Oka? I don't know. But if we butchered your name, our apologies. It says, good day here in the Philippines and enjoy watching here on INCRadio Hawaii. Greetings from the local of Brixtonville. Very cool.
It's
District
straight
of.
Caloocan North.
Thank you, sister. I cannot pronounce at all.
It's
I remember
okay.
there was a time. This was on live radio too,
Mm.
and it was a show that was I forget the show, but it was a show, and it was international. So we were meeting our brethren
Oh.
international waters, and there was a sister who commented down. Shout out from Bologna. That's the name.
Bologna.
Bologna. And I said, Bologna? Mm,
Is that a country?
that's a place.
Is it?
Bologna.
What
I think
is-
that's
I
a country
always
in
pronounce Bologna
Europe or
as
something?
Bologna.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of the way it's spelled.
That's true, because that's just how it's spelled.
Ooh, I see we have one comment from our district supervising minister, brother Jem. Says,
I
good
Jem's there.
evening to, of course he's here, brother. He's here to watch you. He
Hmm.
says, good
Wow.
evening to everyone. Happy viewing to our brethren here in Hawaii-Pacific.
He also says, looking very handsome, brother Exar. Okay, good,
Oh,
good.
okay.
There you go, there you go. He's
Ooh.
about to comment it.
I see a very
Ooh, from Isabella Bautista. Hello po to all from locale of. Please read that.
Nicosia, Cyprus.
Nicosia,
District
Cyprus.
of Mediterranean.
Wow, we are
Cyprus.
international
We are
right now.
international.
All
I
right.
didn't know we have brethren that watch all the way there.
Oh, we do. We have people tuning in from Canada a lot. That was tuning in before. We have someone from their name is Internet Surfer 3000. Wow, that is very 2000 of them.
Mhm.
They put hashtag BAC Bay Area, California.
Wow. I wonder what
There you go.
times it is in
That's
those
3 hours
different
right now, right?
districts. 3
Is it 3
hours.
hours?
I think they're 3 hours ahead.
Yes. We're not
Oh,
affected
maybe
by
two.
daylight.
Maybe 2 hours.
It might be 2, huh?
No idea, but it's still very late.
Yeah, it is
Yep.
very late.
Or early.
Kajerson
Or
corrected me. He
early.
says hashtag KUN stands for
That's
Kuniapo, not Kanyohe. Today we're counting it as such.
Today we're counting it, but Jason, do not worry.
From Christina Wilson, happy anniversary to the locale of Lehue. And then she put hashtag Wahiwa.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, there was another one that actually mentioned. Here we go. 31 years of the
Wow.
local congregation of
Lehue.
Lehue. Very
Wow.
cool. Brother Weasley, brother
What
Weasley.
did we say?
Brother
Weasley,
Weasley
yeah.
said, "That's my Ninong."
Oh.
Hashtag Kanye.
Yep.
Here's Nino.
Oh, there you go. How was that?
Yeah, I was one of the main sponsor on his wedding
Oh,
last year.
wow.
Oh, last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very late. Congratulations.
Or
Yeah.
2024. Was it
Last year.
2023? Sorry.
Oh, oh wow.
Oh, I'm getting
Mm.
old, so I apologize.
That's
You
okay.
still look
You're
great,
still young.
brother.
You're
You
21.
know. Yes.
See?
21
Took some time to
many,
register.
many times. 21 many times.
He's been 21 for the past 21 years.
Hey,
From
Don't do that.
Past 23 years.
that's
Ooh,
23.
he added.
Don't
He
do the
added.
math.
From Ferdinand Hunsai, he says, "Happy 55th anniversary po to the local congregation of Wailuku. They're
February 15th,
tomorrow, 2025. Can we get a hashtag happy anniversary to the locale of
Mhm.
Lehue and Wailuku? Oh, very
Nice.
cool. And is there more that we want to see? Is there more? Is there more? Is there more? Cal McDaniel says, miss you guys.
He said he
Wow.
misses Wiley.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Ka Irwin's already starting with the hashtag
Wow.
happy anniversary. There you
Thank
go.
you, Ka Irwin.
More people. Shout out to Kuya Exar. Thanks for being our guest. Shout out to from Philip Salvador. Hi from Calgary. He says
Oh,
AB. I don't know what AB stands for. Canada. Oh, very
Calgary,
cool.
Alberta?
Alberta.
Yeah,
Is that Alberta?
Alberta.
He's
Canada.
smart.
That's Canada.
He's
Yeah.
smart.
See, I
Take
know
some.
I was about to say psychology. I know my geography.
There you go. There you go. She knows her school subjects. Oh, you were also the ninong for Brother Jordan's wedding.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. Can you be my ninong?
Yes.
How much? No, pay him.
How much does he have to pay?
It depends on how much I have in that time.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I
people
go all
commenting down.
He goes all out.
All out. Oh, happy 36th anniversary to the Scan International.
Oh, yes, that is
Yep.
right.
Very good, very good. And we're gonna announce the activities that will
Mhm.
come
Monday.
up later on. We'll do that later on. And he's gonna be there.
He's gonna be
He's
there
gonna
because
lead
he's
the
Scan
activity. President.
Yep.
There you go. I like that. And from
I see
Kajaya
this.
Sevilla from Kajaya Agustin.
Yeah.
She says, Kuya
gotta
Exar,
change
my
name.
very hardworking brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law.
Yes.
Are you? Huh?
Explain.
Really?
Yes.
Explain.
Please.
What's
My
the-
wife is her older sister.
Oh.
Yeah, sister never.
Oh, see, the more you know.
The more
Yeah.
we know. We are mapping out his family tree
We
right
are.
now.
We're gonna put it on
live
this board.
INC
We're gonna write
Radio.
it down.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
write
is
it
it?
down.
Yep. At the top. We're gonna count all the weddings he was ninongs. One.
Mhm. Like a tally mark.
Yeah.
We need that actually. We'll get chalk next time and we'll
Yeah.
write it down.
Kind of like, okay, how many? Let's see how many
This
I
is
have
so-
on there.
Another anniversary, shout out 7th anniversary to the local of Kalihi. Wow, happy anniversary to all of
anniversary.
these
7?
local congregations.
7.
7th year.
It's
it
been
says.
7
Has it
already.
been 7 years?
So that means
Correct. Correct.
Is it 7?
You know, we're gonna get confirmation on that, but we're gonna
Yep.
trust it already.
Kali, same time with Waikiki and North Shore and Waimanalo before. And Kapolei.
You know, that's a question that we're gonna answer soon.
That's a
Perhaps
question.
not right now, but
When we find out, we'll be sure to let you know.
before we answer that question, we have other questions that we want to ask Brother Exar. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone who's commenting down right now. Before we leave, you guys, please hit that like button. You know what?
Mhm.
As the YouTubers say, smash that like button
Yeah.
uh,
Turn on that notification bell.
and hit
Make
that.
sure you're
mhm, mhm.
subscribed.
There you go. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys again, and we will read those comments soon. But Brother Exar, the floor is now yours. We want to talk about all that you do. We've spoken about your previous jobs and your
Mhm.
career. Now we're going to be talking about your current career. Today, we're speaking about being wired for success. Why is it wired? Because we're talking about the life of an electrician. So that is the spoiler already. But we're
Okay.
going to ask you first. What is your current career or job position?
I'm a journeyman electrician right now. Yes.
Oh, not just an electrician,
Yeah.
a journeyman.
Journeyman.
It's, yeah, that's the title that you get when you get your license.
Oh, when you get
Oh,
your license.
Okay.
So how many
What's-
hours
yeah,
or
yeah.
what is, do you take a test to be like apprentice to journeyman?
Yes, so you do your apprenticeship program, which is 5 years,
5
and
years.
then you have to have 10,000 hours experience and registered with the state and the apprenticeship program for you to qualify to take your exam to be a licensed electrician.
10,000 hours is a lot.
It's if you work 40 hours a week, that's 5 years.
Okay.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you able to work overtime to just,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if you do
right.
overtime and then you get it faster.
okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right,
Is
80
that the
years.
route you took?
It took
you
me
5 years.
6 years.
Oh.
Because,
6 years.
yeah, because
That's
I
okay.
was away for a year when I went to Iraq for my
Oh,
military
for military.
deployments.
Also,
right.
while you were in the military, were you also doing electrical?
Yes,
Wow.
I was in the reserves.
Oh,
okay.
I see, I see.
And what year did you go to Iraq?
2005.
2005. And the year after that, that's when you got your license. to be
No.
journeyman.
I got my license like 3 years later.
Oh, 3 years later.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's the gap. That's why it took 6 years
Yes.
total. Oh, very
Interesting.
interesting.
Oh. Question.
Yeah. Yes, we're here for the questions.
Yes.
Was the exam hard?
Ooh.
Yes.
What is the exam?
What is
It's
how many
based
questions?
on 70 questions.
70.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
It's not that hard.
Oh, wow.
If you study, and I guess you're just gonna interpret the questions, pretty good.
You have to like read into it.
Yes, because they made it to a little bit more confusing, like how they word it. So
Why?
I don't know, because I guess it's easy if they make it straight, like question, it's easy.
Right.
That's why they make it like a little bit of tricky questions.
Right. You gotta test your comprehension.
Yes.
And is this the same test that union workers take?
Good question.
I'm not 100% sure, but it should because it's a state exam.
That's right.
Oh,
Sorry.
I see.
If you wouldn't mind explaining to us what the difference between, because you mentioned you were not part of a union, you're
Yes.
private. What's the difference between the two?
I know on the private side that there's a different apprenticeship programs. So
Oh.
we have private side apprenticeship program, and the union they have their own apprenticeship program. But I assume that to take the exam, everybody have to go to that requirement that you gotta have 10,000 hours experience, register with the state, and then. But I don't really know much about unions. I know they, I guess, join the membership or something, and they pay dues, monthly, whatever, or every paycheck. But besides that, I don't really know much about them because I never been part of the union, so I don't know what they have.
And was there a reason why you chose to go with a private company instead of union?
Well, that's where I started, and I work with a private company, so I start there and then just keep going.
Mm.
But I know one thing that the union is pretty big. It's good to have them because they're the one actually negotiating, I guess, with the government on cost of living here in Hawaii is pretty high, and then they're the one who's negotiating about the salaries and everything. So, and of course, when they get the salary raise or whatever, it goes across the board. So all of us be part of it, getting that whatever that rate.
Very nice.
Yes.
I see. How long have you been doing electrical work?
23 years.
23 years,
23
including
years.
apprenticeship?
Yes.
Wow.
23 years minus 6. That
No,
equals?
that's part of it.
Oh, that was part of it already.
Yeah, because when you started, that's hour one or day one. That's part of you.
Oh, you. Oh,
Wow.
okay. Was there a big learning curve to learning how to be an electrician?
Yeah, it's a lot of things because I started on the industrial side of the spectrum of electrical work.
Oh,
So yeah, it's pretty challenging. That's why I end up doing it because I like the challenge. Because before I actually worked with this company that I started with, I thought electrician is just put a switch, change the light bulb on the lights and everything, and that's it. I was like, I don't want to do that. But when I came to the work and then we're doing all this industrial work with all the controls, talking about thousands and thousands of different wires, it's there for you to make sure all those wires gonna be wired correctly and everything. And then I was like, okay, I like the challenge. And for me, it's not really about making the money at the time. It's learning it because I know once I learn it, and then I'll be set.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. So at the beginning, even my boss told me like, don't worry about your paycheck. Just learn as much as you can.
Mhm. I think that is good advice.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about how much you're
Yeah.
getting paid.
Because a lot of people right now, they're like, oh, I'm here for the paycheck. I was like, you're in the wrong place.
Mm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's what motivated you before the challenge of
Yes.
learning this. I'm guessing in industrial, it's a lot harder.
Yes, because you have to know like pretty much the system. Well, if you work in a big company, maybe they assign you, okay, you dig this trench and you just keep digging every day for how many years. But I work in a small company, so I pretty much do from little things to until it's done. So I get to
Oh,
pretty much learn the whole system.
Mm.
wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Very nice.
Is your favorite part of industrial systems that you like doing?
Yes. I like the challenge, like especially the controls and not so many electrician no controls.
Mm.
So I guess that's kind of like my ace in the bag. that
Ooh, there you
I
go.
can
That's
take it
your
anywhere.
specialty.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, are there specialties in like electrical work?
There's like a different section of it. But if you're journeyman, and then you pretty much covered everything, but not all journeyman knows a lot of different, like, you know, part of the work of like electrical work.
Mm.
Because like what I said, if you work with a big company, and then let's say you're running conduit or piping, right? You can be doing that for like 5 years straight, and that's all you do. And then someone else come in and start pulling wire inside, and then that's all they do. But if you work on a small company, you do all those. You run a pipe, you pull the wire, install the light, you put the switches, you do all the termination, which is, as an apprentice, it's better to work in a small company so you can learn more.
Mm.
Wow, I see. This was very interesting.
I
You
did.
get to see the process from beginning
Yeah,
to
start to finish.
Oh,
Yes.
very cool.
Absolutely. Very cool. And you know what? You spoke about 23 years. Let's delve into those moments where you're just starting out as an apprentice.
Mhm.
That actually leads us to that second question right there.
Mhm.
Especially as a beginner. What is that question, Sister Julian?
It is, what are some common challenges you face in your job? You could talk about right now, or common challenges you face when you first started.
When I first started, of course, I know very little about it. So just knowing what to do, or just trying to get information on how to do it and all that. So basically, it's all gonna be depends on your journeyman that you're working with,
Mm.
like how knowledgeable he is or she is, and how much they're willing to teach you at a time. Because sometimes when they get busy and they're like, "Hey, just do this for now," and then I'm busy doing this, so,
Mhm.
and then you stuck and like, "Okay, what I need to do now?" So, but I'm very fortunate that my journeyman is actually pretty good,
Okay.
and
Okay.
he specialized control system too.
Which is why it became your specialty
Yes.
too.
And I didn't know at the time. He was telling me that, oh yeah, like maybe only 1 out of 10,000 journeyman electrician get really good at doing controls.
Mm.
You know, doing fire alarm system, motor control center, and then all those controls for the AC that not regular electrician get to see every day. And he's pretty good in that. And that's why when I started with him, we're doing the Waihawa wastewater treatment plant. And at the time, I got to know how the treatment plant works, and I don't even know how to wire a three-way switch in the house.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
but I know how the whole plant works. you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So
sounds very nice.
are there ever times where places that you've worked on something electrical is just stops working? Would they ever call you to help fix it?
Yes, a lot of time.
Like, even when
Because
it's not part of your job.
yes, actually, sometimes other company they call us to help them out on. Let's say they're working on special apparatus on board water system, board water supply. They get their main control centers and
Mhm.
everything that our boss specialized, and I got to learn from him. So I'm pretty lucky that I learned from very knowledgeable person.
Wow.
I think that also is a challenge, but it's also something that would help you a lot just starting out is having a good mentor, having
Yes.
someone that is there teaching you the ropes.
Yes. Mentor is really good to have, not only in electrical and any career, any, work that you gotta do. Even running a business or just maybe trying to learn how, musical instrument.
Yeah.
If you have a good mentor, and then you'll excel more.
That's how everyone learns everything
Absolutely.
from
Yeah.
someone else.
And it's not how, I guess, having a really good mentor is just half of the equation.
Mm.
You have to be a good student.
Mm. There you
Put
go.
that on a
We
t-shirt.
need we need a quote board too.
We do.
There you go.
There's a
Yeah.
bunch of quotes. I would like to put up. I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
one now.
Um,
Only one I
Brother-
can think
I
of
remember
is-
Brother Joe's one.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of
That one too,
I
right?
was thinking of boo boos.
Oh yeah,
Owies.
the owies.
The
Oh
owies.
wow, that was a really good one. But I agree with that 100%. That having a good mentor is only half of the equation. Other half is it comes from you, your own effort.
Yes.
You have to be interested in what you're doing. In order to
You
get
gotta be willing to learn.
There you go.
If what? Never
Yeah.
mind.
You gotta be willing to learn.
You
to
have
learn.
to be willing to learn.
It's how much you want to learn it too,
It is
like how
Yeah.
hungry you are and everything.
Ooh, gotta grind for it.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's very good. How hungry you are.
Yeah.
So then, hungry you are for knowledge
Mm.
Yep.
determines how much knowledge you
Yeah,
intake.
yeah. Like what
Yeah,
they say,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
like what they say, right? Knowledge is power.
Mhm.
It's only power if you put into action.
Mm. Get that on the board. Get that on the board. Yeah, you gotta love knowledge. You gotta love discipline. There you
Yep,
go. If
there
you
you
love
go.
discipline, you gotta love knowledge
Brother
too.
Josh.
That's what I'm saying. Shout out to the CWS. We talked about your challenges. We also want to go on with that. 23 years, kind of shows that you
Yep.
stayed there. You've persevered through the different trials and errors of learning
Mhm.
to do electrical work. Could you tell us what did you prepare, or how did you prepare to succeed in your field?
Well, basically, staying like motivated and hungry for more knowledge
Mm.
and learn more about the trade and everything. And of course, that we all have bills to pay.
Right?
Yeah.
So
100%. I agree.
Motivation.
you gotta
That is a
be
great motivation.
you gotta be competitive. To be competitive on the trade, you gotta be, make sure that you do more than the others. You perform more, you produce more, and it helps if you know more.
Mm.
And it's a small island, so people get to know you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
You said 1 in 10,000 actually gets good at
Really good at
controls.
controls, yeah.
And do you feel like you're really good at control?
Not really good at
Yeah.
it, but I got pretty much I can say I have a broad knowledge about it.
There you go. That's
We
humble.
say you're pretty good.
We say you're pretty. 'Cause
You're
we
1 in
don't.
10,000.
Yeah. We don't know the words that you're
No.
saying, right?
Okay.
we need visuals of what is a
Oh.
control, what is a three-way switch. I know, right? We totally could search it up right
Well,
now.
three-way switch is like, let's say you have this light, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can turn it on and off from that end and on the other end.
Yeah.
So that's a
We
three-way
have
switch.
those.
So it's like on a hallway and stuff.
Yeah.
So
That
that's a three-way.
helps.
Yeah,
Helps a lot.
that does help. We got a visual right there.
Yep.
See,
Okay.
another part about like actually being knowledgeable in it is not only knowing it yourself, but being able to tell other people in a simple
Yeah.
way.
I was about to say that.
Mhm.
Being able to tell other people in a way that they understand.
They can understand.
Wow.
Yeah, that's sometimes it's the
1 in
hardest part of
10,000
it.
then.
Yeah, one is
Especially for me, it's like, English is my second language, so sometimes it's hard to explain. I know what to say, but it's kind of hard to like, okay, how are you gonna say that in English?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you, being having English not as your mother tongue,
Mhm.
do you think about it in your original language and then you translate it in English?
It depends on the setting.
Okay.
I don't know. Like even when my wife sometimes notices that, let's say if I'm with the local guys, I
Mm.
speak like with the pidgin,
Mhm.
and then if I'm with like group of, let's say, Filipino people that speak Tagalog, and then of course that's my first language, I can do that pretty good. And then if people like speaking Ilocano, and then I just try to rap with them in Ilocano too. But that's when for me to like, oh, let's say I'm talking to them in Ilocano and they're like, oh, how you say this in English? I was like, no, I gotta think.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, wait, how do you say it in English now?
Get it translated through.
Yeah, no, I gotta think like, okay. But when I'm like talking to them with particular dialect, and then like I can just
Mm,
speak without thinking about it. But
right.
if they ask
Yeah.
me to translate something, then now I have to.
Oh,
I think multilingual people are
cool.
so talented.
very cool.
I struggle with English sometimes
I
myself,
struggle with English.
and that
too.
is my first language,
Mhm.
which is kind of embarrassing.
Hey,
Well,
we're always
English is
learning.
pretty hard.
English is really hard.
English is really hard. If it's not your first language, yeah.
Even if it is your first language.
Even if it is your first
It's
language,
difficult.
it is very difficult.
How many languages do you speak? Because you mentioned speaking Ilocano. Pidgin is also a language.
Mhm.
English is also one. Do you know how to speak Tagalog?
Yeah, Tagalog is my
It's
first
first.
one. Yeah.
That's your first one.
Yeah.
So you learned Tagalog, learned Ilocano afterwards.
Yes. So when I moved here in Hawaii, I have to learn Ilocano and English at the same time.
Right.
Oh,
Because there is a big Ilocano
there is.
Yeah, like,
population here.
especially on Kailua, Manalo
Yeah.
side.
This is an expansion of Ilocos. they
Yep.
say.
This is it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. 100% I agree. I was trying to think of a joke, but I can't think of one.
There's Ilocos Norte and Ilocos Sur.
Mhm. This is
Ilocos
Lucas
West.
West. I knew it. I
I'm
knew
good
it.
at this.
Yeah, there you go. That's why you're a host.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Let's ask him the next question after that question we just asked. Let's ask this question right here.
Oh, okay. You mentioned a lot of the different things that you've had to go through, and 23 years, that's a long time.
That is.
So
That's
I
how old
wanted
I
to
am.
ask you.
Oh,
Is
I'm
that
sorry.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just made the connection.
oh.
Wow.
We wanted to ask you, how do you handle difficult or dangerous situations? You know, you see these projects through from beginning to end. Are there ever times you um pass those dangerous
Well,
situations?
a lot of time it goes by, like make sure you prepare, you plan for it, and first thing you gotta think is safety. So, and then talking about safety, there's a lot of program the company that enforce, like that. Okay, so we're gonna do this part of the project. It's really dangerous. So now for the, let's say, a foreman or lead guys have to do a activity hazard analysis, and then of course there's like chart, like form that you're gonna like, okay, look at it, like, okay, it's gonna like a medium hazard or like high risk and everything. And then of course there's gonna be like a solution for that hazard too that you guys have to implement that, and then you guys talk about it before you go out there and do the work. And electrical, it can get really dangerous. That's why it's a like number 2 dangerous job in United States.
Wow.
Or it can be really safe too if you guys implement all the safety protocols. So it depends on your leadership that implementing the safety.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
That leads us to,
To
our
the next question.
question.
That's perfect.
That's very
I'm
perfect.
glad that you mentioned that. Let's staying in the topic of safety precautions.
Mhm.
In your opinion, or even speaking from the company's position, what is the most important terms and what is the most important safety precaution in terms of those hazardous moments that you may come across?
Um, for us, safety is like number 1 thing, because even just walking, if you like trip or slip on something, that's you can get hurt really bad too.
Right.
So for us, making sure like clean as you go, housekeeping, and then of course we do right now in the company I work for, we do a pre-task plan. Every morning we have to go to, okay, this is what we're gonna do. So we have to write down 10 different hazards on a work area or in a job site, and we have the solution for those hazards that we have to discuss among ourselves. And then when we go to our lunch break, when we come back, we have to review that and initial that form that we went over. So make sure that, not talking, like eating lunch and talking story and forget about the safety hazard.
Right.
So you have to go review and then go back. That's why it's like what I said, it gets pretty dangerous or pretty safe, like work environment. It depends on the leadership and of course you as a worker,
Right.
because safety is everybody's responsibility.
That's another one.
Put
That's
that
another one.
on the
Put that on the board
board.
right now. I wish we can do that. We'll have Sister Ryla do that for us next
Yeah.
time. Yeah. How was your penmanship, Sister Ryla? Okay, that's okay.
Oh,
Yes,
we
It's better than
we can
ours.
read chicken scratch.
we need a doctor. Where's the doctor?
Oh, where's the doctor? We interpret doctor's handwriting.
yeah. I can't. I look at it and I'm just like,
I
okay.
can't read, Brother Josh.
I just give it
I
to the
know, right?
physician and I get my medication.
That's why I type my things. I don't
Yeah, me too.
for my love letters. I type it out.
Oh.
with a never mind.
We'll hear it after the show.
Yeah.
That's true. Safety is everyone's priority. Our safety is everyone's responsibility, rather, because you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Yep.
Someone else is not doing the job that they're supposed to be doing, then that endangers other people. It's not only you.
Yes.
What are those hazardous? What are those hazardous things that you may come across? Is it like exposed wires, live currents? What are
Yeah, those it's easy to implement safety because you just gotta make sure that the power is off, say the breaker is off, and then for that we call lockout and tag. I mean, we put our padlock with a key, and then if let's say multiple people working on that area, and then that key get in the box with the multiple lock, and everybody have their own lock that they put in there, and they have the key. So nobody can get access to that key until everybody, undo their lock and get the key
Oh,
to
that's smart.
unlock it and then turn it on. So while that's, lock and tag, meaning there's no live wire, there's no electricity hazard on your work area. So
Wow.
that's pretty safe.
That is
That
pretty
sounds
cool.
very
And
safe.
then the hazard is you just gotta watch out for. It's like what I said, just like you working. Sometimes you work with knife and tools, power tools, and that's you just gotta be aware of what you're doing. And of course, you watch for each other's back, like when they're doing. And when you see something unsafe, and then you say, "Hey, be careful." You just say something
Wow, that sounds
because
Yes,
everybody's
sir.
goal is to go home at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely.
absolutely. That sounds like safety is being like super implemented. And I know
Yes.
some people may see that as like I can't think of another word besides humbug.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but
It's like, oh, I gotta do
on a
all this.
construction field, like your safety is your it's like reputation or your let's say like for the big companies here in Hawaii, especially here, that if your company have like good like reputation, like not having any incidents, meaning that's part of, and then whoever's let's say the government is the customer, right? They'll review all those and say, okay, this company have like so many accident like last year, but this company didn't have any accident in the last 5 years. So they might not be the lowest bidder for the project, but because of their resume, like about safety is pretty good, then they have the higher chance of getting the project. That's why the company implement more or about safety. It's they make it priority.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that was a piece of the puzzle when it came to choosing who you would hire.
Mm.
Wow, I think that's very cool.
I think that is cool too. That it's not only your reputation as a worker in terms of following safety precaution,
Yeah.
but it also reflects the company.
Oh yeah, that's why the company implemented more, and they're really strict about following safety and everything, and they spend a lot of money, resources, and time doing it, and sending people to get the certification for certain things.
Mhm.
Just say like operating machineries, they send them to school, they pay a lot of money to do it, because sometimes like people like let's say the safety officer they ask and they see it operating, they're like, hey, what's your credential to operate those machines? And then make sure you have all those.
Yeah.
Or you can just jump in there, like you might know how to operate a forklift, but if you don't have the credential, then you're not allowed to do it.
Mhm.
You can get terminated for it too.
Yeah.
I see.
Gotta be forklift certified.
Forklift
Yep.
certified.
100%. There you go. That's great that your company is taking a lot of precautions for safety.
Mhm.
Because again, as you mentioned, everyone's goal is to make it to their own home.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we want to ask this last question to you before we conclude our show today. I don't know how I'm going to say it, so I'm just going to read the question itself.
Okay.
We want to ask you, what is the most rewarding part of your job of being a journeyman electrician?
For me, it's sharing my knowledge to let's say apprentice or my fellow journeymen that they might not know certain things that I know. So if I share them and kind of like teach them how to do it, or for me that's rewarding for me. The like when you give something, it's like the best joy that you can get.
Yeah.
Because like for me, it's like when you help somebody, that's like the most unselfish thing
Yeah.
that you can do.
Yeah.
And the joy that you receive from doing it is like priceless. Nothing better.
It's such a gift to be able to learn
Mhm.
so many things from other people, but it's even more of a gift that you are knowledgeable enough to teach it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gift to learn. It's a
yeah.
gift to give.
It is. It's
Yeah.
a gift to give. Aw.
Yeah, like what it says,
I
like
love it.
it's the most
Cool.
unselfish thing that you can do. Just help somebody.
I agree, 100%. We should get a green screen so that we can just type it out.
should.
Ooh, big plans for INCRadio Hawaii-Pacific. Big plans that we want you to be a part of.
Mhm.
Maybe you can help us with the electrical works of this.
Oh yeah.
You
Why
should have
not?
the lights a different color.
Still, some of the lights not even lights.
Can fix the AC. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about more of that maybe after our show, maybe in another show where we have you on with the XR, where we can talk
Yeah.
more about you and perhaps updates about
Yeah.
your job position. But before we conclude, we want you spoke about this before. How you said, "Oh, how are we gonna pad for 22 minutes?" Guess what?
Yeah.
We're 13 minutes over the
Oh.
show.
We're over
Isn't that cool? It just happens
You
like
lose
that.
track of time.
Sorry, everyone.
No,
No,
don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
apologize.
Yeah,
It's
they
great.
love you. Look.
Yeah.
It says so handsome, so handsome. Oh,
So
it's
Nah.
we
good.
love you, Nino. See?
Oh,
Oh.
from all of the people.
I love you too.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. So handsome. What is your secret? Oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. We'll answer that.
talo.
In the next-
It's hello. I heard about that. Does it work?
I don't know.
Obviously.
He doesn't use it.
I think it works.
Maybe not.
Oh, you see the
Okay,
pimples?
Josh. Maybe not ours, brother.
I know it.
You have giant pimples on your
So,
Sorry.
but we want to talk about now the upcoming activities here happening here in the District of Hawaii-Pacific. Again, we mentioned it is the 36th anniversary of the SCAN International Organization. With that, we're also going to be having activities dedicated to the SCAN. So on February 16th at the Honolulu House of Worship, we're going to have our SCAN special gathering, and that's going to be at what time? 6 p.m. Is that correct, Erwin? That is going to be at
Yes.
6 p.m.
Ah.
February 17th, that is the next day on a Monday, we're going to have our SCAN meet and greet at Eva Beach, and that will be at 8 a.m. if I'm not mistaken.
11.
11 a.m. Thank you, SCAN President
Scan
Paul.
president. Yeah.
Speaking of SCAN President Paul, we want to ask you before we end our show, do you have any shout outs that you want to give?
Shout out to all the SCAN officers
There you go, listen to him.
and to all my inaanak
All
that's
this
out
stuff.
there watching tonight or
Wow.
listening.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out sister-in-law. I did not know that.
I didn't
That's so
know
cool.
either. Wow.
Wow, the more you know.
That's funny.
Okay, but look out for those upcoming activities, and we hope to see you there. Before we conclude, thank you, Brother Exar, again for being
Thank you,
with
brother.
us here today. Sister Jeline, thank you for
Thank you,
being
brother.
our co-host. And as we close out the show today, Sister Jeline, do you want to do this part?
Oh, sure. why
Yeah,
not?
there you go.
We always want to give a special thanks to those who make this show possible. So, of course, thank you to our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our CFO Coordinator and CEBSI President, Brother Angela Irani Manalo, our District Supervising Minister, Kajam H. Paitan, our Assistant District Supervising Minister, Brother Daryl Pastel, and our CFO Overseer, Cabrera Pacheco. And of course, thank you to all ministers and workers and their families, wherever you may be. Thank you so much for everything you do, for not just our district, but for the entire church.
Wow, there you
Thank
go. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the entire church. We're doing the entire Hawaii-Pacific. We shall see you again next week. I know we said we were going to read the comments, so we're going to look back on the comments later on. And then, yeah, we can't wait to see that next week. But thank you again for the exam, Sister Jeline. Thank you, Sister Ryla. Thank you, Erwin. Thank you, Ivan, who was here earlier. Thank you to me.
Thank you,
Yep.
Brother
Thank you,
Josh.
brother.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. But we shall see you again on another episode of INCradio Hawaii-Pacific. Goodbye, good night, and aloha.
Brush your teeth.
Oh, wash your hands. Steve, shake,
Shake,
okay.
Aussie.
Below the line.